I do have a surprise for you because I wanted to show you.
Is it a steak? I'm not fat, I just have a pillow.
Joining me in studio today is Jim Gaffigan, who has not one, but 2 movies at the LA Film Festival.
Very exciting.
Let's start with American Dreamer.
Okay.
So this is like, I think people mostly associate you with comedy, but then you kind of do take on a lot of these like really exciting dark roles for you. So what was it about this part that you loved?
Well, I really responded to the script because I felt like it captured what it's like when you live through a series of bad luck and how you kind of have to deal with it.
Everything's gonna be okay. I just want the money.
It's pretty surprising,
Yeah.
the twists and turns. So even when I read it, I was very surprised because you think it's going to be, oh, it's this movie, but it's not.
That is what
changes.
Right.
And so you have to watch it to the end because there's a couple moments where you're like, oh, wow. And the way it was directed, he also wrote it with someone. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. It was not done. It's a very low budget kind of dark story for people that love dark stories.
Right. And then you have the second film also premiering at LA Film Festival, which is You Can Choose Your Family.
Yes. I play the father. It's about a teenager who is dealing with a rather strict father in the early 90s. And what is revealed is that the father, played by me, has 2 families. And
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. Don't recommend.
So, but the thing that was fun about that role was attempting, and it's in the script, but attempting to humanize this monstrous choice that this character's made. And it is a comedy, but it's obviously a really kind of absurd topic. And, you know, we were shooting, and like a house that we were shooting in, just by by coincidence, they're like, yeah, a guy that lived there, they pointed at another house, had 2 families. Like it used to, I mean, now we're in the internet age where you can kind of Google things and stuff like that. But it used to be kind of common, I guess.
That's I don't know how
It's
anyone thinks
insane.
about anything else besides I have 2 families.
I don't know.
You do play such an array of roles, and you have 5 kids, right?
Yes.
Is there a role that you could take where your kids would think is like the ultimate role, where they think you were like the coolest guy ever?
Oh my God. Well, if I was in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Hotel Transylvania 3, like being the villain in that, my 5-year-old, I brought him to the theater to see it, and when he kind of figured out that was me as Van Helsing, it was the first time he was ever impressed by me. Otherwise, I was just some guy that competed for food, But so like being in a superhero movie would probably really impress them. But I don't know. I feel like I'm eventually, everyone's parents are kind of a source of embarrassment eventually.
Sure, yeah.
So I'll lose them all. But right now they like me.
But then they come back.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
So you do incorporate your family into your stand-up a lot. Do any of your kids show interest in like kind of contributing to some of the bits? Are they showing any of that?
There is, it's weird because I write with my wife, and so we'll occasionally be at the dinner table and there'll be a discussion of something. And it will indirectly lead to, I'll mention that. But I can't, there's definitely been examples of my 14-year-old making some observation, which is brilliant.
Right.
Where that'll turn into a joke. Like I think I did a show in Ireland, and she talked about line-dried clothes, how everyone in Ireland line-dries their clothes, and how after 3 days they're still wet. So I took that, and that's part of a larger piece in my new show.
Well, I do have a surprise for you because I wanted to show you.
Is it a steak?
It's not a steak, but I do have E.T.'s very first interview with you.
Oh my God.
To show you.
Yes, Fran.
Welcome to New York.
Well, thank
How's
you.
it going?
It's very good. I was robbed last week, and it was all right.
Seriously?
They attacked me and they shaved my head. Actually, I had a full head of hair, These guys broke in my apartment, shaved my head when I was sleeping, and I don't appreciate that. They said, "You look too much like John Tesh," and they shaved my head.
It's insane. What happened? I mean, that was over 70 years ago.
70 years.
That's so weird. I'm not a fan of seeing myself.
Yeah.
And
not a fan of this surprise.
Well, that's also. I mean, it's a very nice surprise, but it is also like, it's like how much. It's like I literally just started gaining weight right after that interview. It's just like, how much weight can I gain by 2018? That was the goal after that. But that was before 5 kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I believe in the interview you said you were dating Christy Brinkley and Christine Baranski and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I was dating my wife in reality, and during that time period, and then, you know, everything changed.
Yeah.
And this is, by the way, this is prosthetic.
Of course.
This just helps some of the bits.
What advice would you give year 2000 Jim Gaffigan?
Wow, that's a great question.
I'm a great interviewer.
I would say work on the things you can control, right?
Right.
I mean, the entertainment industry is, I know here we are on is it this?
At.
The entertainment industry is brutal. It's brutal, but you have to work on the things you can control. And so I feel like whenever I find myself frustrated, it usually means I'm trying to control something that I have no control over.
Right, yeah.
You know, and that's why I love stand-up, because I can write it, I can go and perform it, and I don't have to worry. And that's why I appreciate the opportunity to have roles like American Dreamer and You Can Choose Your Family, because I know that, you know, skinny Jim Gaffigan would have given his right arm to do him, and it only took 20 years for it to happen.